back to the Brew Podcast, everyone. This is episode 287. Back. But on a Wednesday.
On a Wednesday, we're dressed up.
We're dressed up. This is our formal episode. 287 was always, we planned it this way from episode 1, that we'd always be dressed up for 287.
We renegotiated on episode 17.
Yeah.
When we re-vectored what we were doing.
That's true.
When we're aptly known as the Butt Chug Podcast.
Aptly known. That, you know, I thought about that earlier as I was driving here. Because we got a new subscriber, Donnie.
Are we at 120 now?
I don't know what the number is, but I got the email that he had subscribed, which I appreciate. Thank you if you're watching.
Oh, you get emails on subscriptions?
Yeah.
Oh, does that
just
go
through
to the account?
Through the account, yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know.
And then I was like, oh, I wonder how much of the history he'll be interested in. Probably none. And then I thought, our name sucked. So maybe it's best that no one knows about that.
We did it for 100 episodes.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
It's crazy.
And it was embarrassing to say. I don't know why we didn't change it sooner.
We were just blinded by our...
Yeah.
Fuck them all.
We thought it was funny.
Yeah, and it is.
It is.
Buffalo Pleasures is funny.
But when then you think, well, the people that are stumbling upon this, looking for a beer podcast,
yeah,
that's not appealing. They don't get the joke yet.
Ill-conceived.
You don't get the joke until you listen and you realize that we're not serious. You know?
Yeah. So maybe anyway, ill-conceived.
Now we're good. Now we're good. And it's a Wednesday, which is cool because a lot's happened in the week. Well, I mean, a lot happened in the weekend too. We don't really need to talk about it. But baseball-wise, the All-Star game occurred. Did
you watch any of it?
I watched the last 4 innings.
I didn't watch. Oh, the last 4 innings, so there's no...
So nothing.
Yeah, so the last score was in the 5th.
Yeah, we had... My younger son had baseball tryouts for a team, and then by the time we got home, it was the 5th inning. So,
yeah,
we didn't see anything cool.
I had... speaking of, since it's Wednesday and we're recording, Monday Night Raw was literally 3 miles from my house. I'm doxing myself, so you can draw a circle.
You can draw it.
I had... no less than 11 people ask if I was going.
That's less than I would predict.
I wanted to. My daughter doesn't. I wanted to take my daughter because she's showing some of it, but just to have somebody to go with. But we're using that money to send her to a concert where she's going to Pink. So my wife, because again, with my sporting events or anything, if it's not better than the TV experience, I don't want to go. So I'm going to be sitting close, and the tickets were between $175 and $225 where I wanted to sit. But they were still available.
Yeah, I would have went. And I didn't even know they were coming.
And the rundown, well, I drive by it every morning.
Yeah, I know. That's the one thing I don't get.
So I get the advertisements. And reading, because I read about wrestling multiple times a day, reading about it, it would have been a solid one. Not amazing, but a solid one.
It would have been amazing.
Yeah.
If you were there, they would have tailored it.
They would have done, oh, Matt's coming. Let's put out the
lifelong fan. So it would have been good though.
Yeah,
good stuff happened.
And then that was the same day as the home run derby.
Yeah.
That
reading about that
of it. seemed like a fart noise. Oh, that's great. We don't want to.
Let's see if we're still recording.
Yeah,
we are.
Yeah, we're still recording. HP wanted to update something.
Nice.
Yeah,
the home run derby. I hope that MLB is watching this. I hope ESPN's watching it. The second it says ESPN, I already know I'm not going to watch it. Because one, I don't have cable. Who has fucking cable anymore?
Nope.
No one. Second, ESPN kind of sucks. They talk about baseball for like 3 seconds a week. And I know that it's a programming priority thing. I get that.
Yeah.
But dumb. I don't want to watch a channel that doesn't care about baseball.
Yeah. Beef I have with JT, MLB related. I'm glad you brought it up.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
JT won me money. And then I go, please make picks.
Yeah, I wanted
the next
to,
day.
And then I forgot.
Then you did it.
I got really busy last week.
So I put $100 on JT making picks on a day he didn't make picks.
Oh shit, that was one of the bets. That was one of the bets.
Lost all the money.
I could make some more picks. I did good. I couldn't believe it.
It's fun having other people pick because I haven't won a baseball bet since JT lost me.
Damn.
I didn't put in anything. It's just been fun. But WNBA, I'm killing it on WNBA games.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, gosh.
I've won so much money on Caitlin Clark this season.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be the like top assists and first time scorer. She's like first time scorer in like 9 of her games.
Oh yeah, I bet. That's interesting. Yeah, we've talked about it before. My theories on WNBA, but I don't really care. Baseball wise,
I know you want to do bets.
I love doing picks.
We'll
I
have
love
to do
stuff. That's fun.
maybe like the lead parlay. You know, I can log into my phone or whatever. The weird thing is when I'm trying to do, I'm in Zoom meetings.
Yeah.
If you have Zoom up and you have FanDuel up, it won't allow you to do it. So it tells that Zoom is up and it says you're not meeting the term. So as soon as I close Zoom, I can have
do
it.
it. Oh,
why is that? Why do you speculate?
I
How
speculate.
rude. I will turn my phone off.
No, it's fine. You got FanDuel stuff going on.
Yeah.
I speculate that is
MLB.
Either it's a consulting thing, like where they don't want people calling in and making out-of-state bets, maybe, or
good call.
Maybe in order to stream. That is weird that you can't. So you can still get. I don't know.
You
I
can
wonder
go
if
to
you
the
could share
domain.
your screen.
You log in.
I wonder if screen sharing would be allowed, and if not, then I would guess that it's like a podcast thing or like a, they don't want people.
I'll have to try with
FanDuel.
Skype.
It's weird.
Like
That's
it.
weird
Or
that
Discord.
they can communicate between the apps.
It knows
without permission. I'm sure that there's a permission setting in there.
I have to have a location setting, and then I do it on my phone too.
That's really weird. Zoom. I wonder if you could do it with Teams. I don't know. I don't.
Or like I'm saying Skype, something else. Because if we ever do a distance one, just bring it up.
Yeah, just bring it up. We'll look at FanDuel and we'll make some bets, live bets.
Maybe if we ever do a live one, maybe I just bring up. We're lagging a little bit.
A little bit. I'm sure it's fine in the recording.
Oh, it's probably that's fine. I don't know why it wanted to update before, but we did a volume check. Either way, tech.
We're good. I see the volume moving.
Yeah.
This is one of those insider episodes. You get all the inside scoops.
Yeah.
There it is.
I just want to make sure the other volume was working.
That one's working.
All right. So beer related.
Beer related.
This last weekend, I had a buddy and a Chuggalo who decided that he was going to swing on by. We planned it. I wasn't in at work for a couple of weeks, and then he's like, "Hey, are you ghosting me?" So Chuggalo Kyle, who listens and also is one of those special people that links you and all of his Untapped when you're
tags you
when you're not there.
Oh, when you're not part of it.
So we've had that discussion. So anyways, he showed up, and this is all reminiscing.
Yeah.
I thought he was good for like 2 or 3 hours. Smash cut, the end of the story, he ended up spending the night and he lost his pants.
Damn.
But, I will get to the end.
Night.
So where are the two places that I know we differ? Where are the two places that Matt needs to take people to that haven't experienced the Dayton drinking scene, in his opinion?
I would think it would be King's Table and Century Bar.
Okay.
Are you thinking more locally?
I'm thinking more beer related.
Beer.
Century Bar would be number 3 if I.
Beer related, yeah. King's Table and Pat's maybe.
Okay, King's Table for sure.
I mean, you want to go out. Pat's is more of a store.
They don't open till.
Let me think for a second.
3:30 on Saturday. The other place that I took him to on Saturday, we kicked it off. They open at a normal time on Saturday, which is 11.
Warped Wing?
Close. We were very close. We could see Warped Wing from where we were.
You could see Warped Wing from where you were. Okay. Something downtown.
Yep.
Oh, Barrel House.
Barrel House.
Yeah.
Barrel House number 1. Go see Sarah, Matt, Gus, and friends. And then King's Table. It's first time in my life that I've been to King's Table on a weekend.
Really? I've been there a few times on the weekends.
Different vibe.
Yeah, different vibe.
Way different. Tam Tots isn't there.
Far less collared shirts. I'd say louder, but it has more. There's more dead time.
Oh yeah.
Way more dead time.
Yeah.
Whereas on weekdays, it's all the bass people.
100%. No one that you would know, or if you're wearing this, you're completely dressed up. You're like, hey, what funeral or wedding you're coming from?
Totally different crowd. That's interesting for like a targeted marketing campaign. But when you're thinking about work.
But then hilarious. We got back. Had some pizza rolls, obviously. This weekend I got to watch 2 Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. No one had seen Running Man, so I put Running Man on.
Wow.
Then we decided, we made the call to hop in the car and drive over to another place to hop in the hot tub. We just walked into the backyard and just hopped in
sweet.
while the family's sitting there having a good time.
Wow.
Hopped in the hot tub, did that, and then came back. It was random. Good beer. Follow me on Untappd for that. But yeah, just super
That's weird.
random are the best.
Yeah, random's the best.
And so he woke up.
Going to the hot tub. It's
Chuggalo
interesting.
Kyle was trying to find his pants, and he goes, "That was just random." He goes, "I didn't expect to stay the night, much less more than 2 hours." And he goes, "Where are my pants?"
Does he have a family, a wife, or anything?
He's got a longtime girlfriend. All of his kids, because he's in his 50s, we'll just put in his 50s. All of his kids are grown.
Okay, so like
in their
having
20s.
a last minute unexpected slumber party is not a big deal.
Yeah, he lives in South Carolina and was driving to Indiana.
Oh, so okay.
But he was staying. His mom is Indiana. Drove 2 hours. Slept. Drove 2 hours back.
Okay.
And then he was talking, and he goes, "Do you know where my pants are?" He's just asking people, "Do you know where my pants are?" He threw them in his car.
Oh, okay.
Sometime that night.
So he found him.
So he found them. Yeah, you didn't have pajamas, so just here's a toothbrush, some toothpaste, here's some clothes.
Hey, that's awesome. That's the way to do it.
Random.
Yep, random.
Sometimes those nights are the best. As a planner, it freaks me out a little bit, but I even appreciated the randomness of it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I think you appreciate the randomness when there's drinking.
When there's drinking aids in the appreciation.
Yeah, I was in Nashville this weekend for the second time this year.
Yeah,
great time. A lot more cornhole than I anticipated. That was good. Thought we'd go out more, but we didn't. So that we did baseball. I mean, that was what it was for.
There was a show that I watched recently where the person's profession was professional cornhole player. Do you know what the top tier professional cornhole player makes?
I'm gonna say
in an average year.
30,000.
95,000.
That's pretty good.
A mid tier makes
for like a pro athlete
60 to 70, and a lower tier
mid-tier,
on the professional circuit makes 30 to 40.
Damn, you can't survive on that. Traveling around the cornhole circuit, and all these hotel fees and stuff. Yeah, definitely cornhole circuit. It's a great name.
Traveling the cornhole circuit.
Traveling the cornhole circuit. So we were at lunch, and there was a professional cornhole on TV. That was really interesting. Wish that they would have put it on the big screen, but cornhole's awesome.
Do you think cornhole is much better appreciated on a bigger screen? The bigger the cornhole, the better.
I don't know. I think it's easier to see. I think there's probably an appreciation for those who play it to watch it on TV, because it's like baseball. The closer you are to the sport personally, the more interesting I think it is to watch. A lot of people who don't like baseball don't understand all the nuance. Each pitch is like a battle. The cornhole is probably the same way. It's hard to throw a beanbag into a hole. But
it's super satisfying though when you can watch good people play with their cornhole.
They do what they call four-baggers pretty much every single round.
Yeah. Whereas
I don't do that at all ever.
It's just amazing watching how proficient they are with their cornhole.
Yeah, it's insane. It's insane. I didn't know it was called cornhole until I got to Ohio.
I called
it bags.
I still call it bags. We played bags, and people are gonna laugh. The accent will come out, but we call it bags. And then everyone that we were playing with was like, bags.
Yeah, I say bags because
it's bags.
But it's more tongue in cheek. You ready to kick off the beer?
I'm ready.
I don't have any other news.
I was trying to hit it. Well, we'll come up with something.
We can talk about plenty.
We'll make up the news. Beer number. This is a JT beer. I'm just gonna hand it to you. I'm not gonna. No, this is JT inspired purchase.
Oh no, I know. I knew what you meant. It's funny because Chuggalos Phil texted me yesterday. I went to his house to watch the All-Star game. He said I have a lot of John beers.
Yeah.
And I was like,
who's John?
And I was like, what is that? And he,
beers from
it's
the
like
John.
Black Jobs, which was something that came up in the politics. Not last week because there was too much news, but after the debate, I was like, what is that, like Black Jobs?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah.
I like.
And then you said JT beers.
I would hang on to that, like playing with your cornhole and John beers. And when you say like John beers, I'm thinking, because I don't refer to you as John, I'm thinking of
that's
like
true.
Urinal beers.
Oh yeah, urinal
like a John
beers.
beer.
That would be actually, that's a good idea to have like beers in the bathroom, the bar.
My favorite is bars that have a a place for you to rest your drink.
I like that for sure. Like at the urinals.
The problem is assholes like pull on them, and
what the fuck
those
are
are
they
the
doing?
first thing. Well, you're drunk.
I think they're probably leaning on it to puke in the urinal or something. And then they just like fuck it all up.
Yeah. Before you
ever puke in a urinal?
No. A friend of mine is shit in a urinal.
Ooh, that's different. That's South Park.
What is that animal in my backyard right now that's walking on the back fence line, JT?
That is a groundhog, I believe.
Is it?
Or what's the other one in the Midwest? A
hedgehog? No,
it's not a hedgehog.
Sorry,
maybe it's a beaver. You got a creek back there.
Beaver Creek.
And it's Beaver Creek. I didn't even think about that. Are there beavers in Ohio? There's got to be, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's beavers in Ohio.
Where are they? They're here
near the water. Okay, so before we open this beer, I want to point out to you, I had all of this pre-gamed on Sunday. It says in the directions, rotate gently before opening. What does rotate mean to you?
Ooh, good question.
See, I even wrote this down. I was really excited
because
about
of how much beer we've had. We know, but rotate, rotate would be.
Am I rotating?
I guess this would be rotate, like this. Or you could rotate like this. This is more roll. Rotate, because what you're doing is an orbit. It'd be like orbit before.
Well, the Earth rotates on its
I guess
axis.
this would be spin. Maybe rotate. Yeah, rotate though.
Yeah?
On its axis, so it's on its center, on its axis. Where that's rotate.
Because this is roll. We agree. That's is
roll. This is roll. This I don't know what would we call that? That would be more like
a revolution.
Yeah, but how would you say it? Like, how would you give that as a direction?
Revolve
your can before.
Yeah. There's a lot of euphemism. Revolve your can.
Like move it in a circular direction. That would be the instruction. But yeah, rotate. I think rotates this or.
I could see like a guy or gal at a strip club saying that as an instruction, like revolve your can.
Revolve your can. I don't know. That sounds like some sort of euphemism.
This episode has been full of you. I've lost count. So anyways, this is Schmoojee Patiseree. Patiseree.
So, sorry if you can tell I went and had garlic pizza for lunch.
No,
Patiseree, yeah.
Now I'm fucking jealous.
It was Pies and Pints, by the way. Which isn't beer news because I didn't have a beer because I was with my coworkers.
I just got the garlic, and garlic like onion should be added to everything.
I'm sorry that you have to smell it, this direction.
But this is Schmoojee Patiseree. The spelling will be down below. This is raspberry cheesecake, 6%. We've rotated the can. We've talked about it, and it says rotate gently.
I'm gonna rotate in all different ways, so I'm sure that this tastes the best.
It's gonna blow your head up with flavor. It's gonna be like those Gushers commercials back in the 90s.
Oh man, my head might turn into a gusher.
And we've done Imprint before, but it was on the episode that we went Splitsville. This is primed. 3, 2, 1. So I didn't do a website review because I was going off the hip, as they like to say. But so I've got some information once I shield my.
I'm glad that we rotated these.
Chuggalo Pete said I need to go buy this beer.
Chuggalo Pete. Coming through.
Because Pete's everything sour and dessert oriented.
My guy. I love dessert.
You can find out more about Imprint from imprintbeer.com, which I like. Instead of brewery or whatever, Imprint Beer.
Imprint Beer.
Not Imprint for you. That's that gimmick where they want you to buy shit that's for your company.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
This is a...
flashlights and stuff.
Brewery plus Narcadium. Arcadium.
Narcadium would be. I don't know what the nar is. The arcade part.
Is
it arcade? Is that what they call themselves?
On their website.
Narcadium.
Imprint.
So that would be.
They're Hatfield, Pennsylvania, which is just north of Philadelphia, so it's not too much. It'd be like an 8-hour drive for us.
What's the N?
GN.
Oh, GN.
GN Arcadium. Narcadium.
And that's, so on a few beer websites, I've seen some plays on arcade.
Yeah.
And they were just juxtaposed. No, they weren't. That's not it. they were, what is it when you combine two words?
Smushing them.
Smush. They were like smushing of two words. There's another word for it.
Joining.
Yeah, joining.
Sexing of words.
Gosh, I can't think of it. There's like a specific word for like mixing up two words.
Amalgamation.
Yeah, it was like an amalgamation of barcade, for example. Barcade's an example of that, where it's like you can drink and play games. Or there's like there was one that we did 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago that I was reading from the website, and it was about like all of the games they had were like huge jumbo. Like you played like chess, you move the pieces like with your body.
Hell yeah!
I can't remember what they called that.
That's a lot of space to that.
It was like it was like an urban artifact, kind of just a huge space. And they didn't know what to do with it, so they put chessboards on the floor.
DBC is a lot like that too.
Just a huge, DBC has a ton of space. Huge they just fill it with tables. They should have like dances there.
It's almost like a beer hall.
Clubs.
Beer hall, very German-esque in that respect.
Oh yeah,
beer hall, lots of space. The other thing, all their games are free to play. Their beer, they're very much, when you see Imprint, they distribute their shocking beers, so their sours. They're just coming into the market here in Western Ohio, but it's all of their smoothie sours, trying to get into the 450, the Drecker, the Brewing Project, that realm where it's like shocking flavors. Not just like apple or banana, but like raspberry cheesecake that elicits a certain palate memory for everyone. Everyone knows
raspberry cheesecake.
But yeah, Hatfield, Pennsylvania, just north of Pennsylvania, near Scranton.
Oh, near Scranton.
Near Scranton. I'll say it's near. It's where it's nearer than we are.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Well, yeah, I can get started on just showing some things off here. Here it is. Can art. It's weird because this whole time I'm thinking about Donnie watching, and we see each other every weekend at baseball. So now he's gonna be like, he's either gonna love
Donnie.
it or he's gonna hate it and make fun of me, and I'm curious as to which it's gonna be, or maybe both.
So it wasn't just some rando dude.
No, I know Donnie. He's a good dude, and I really appreciate the sub. But now I'm thinking,
now you need a real sub down.
Now I'm like,
Submarine
oh
House.
man, he's gonna see this and it's gonna change his opinion.
I think I'm gonna do the challenge this weekend. I'm gonna do the sub. We were supposed to do it this last weekend. Everyone agreed, but then like 45 minutes before we didn't agree to a time. They're like, hey, we're gonna go do the challenge. I need more than 45 minutes.
What's the challenge?
That's where you eat the 16-inch sub.
Oh.
Triple meat, triple cheese,
Where
triple
at?
Ingredients at Submarine House.
Oh, I didn't know.
You've never heard of this
No.
sub? Oh, best T-shirts.
Never even been to Submarine House.
It's a good.
Best
It's a good sandwich.
All right.
I'll
check it out.
I'm not into it. I don't want to eat it under 2 minutes. I'm just in to get the T-shirt and to complete the challenge.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so this is the can art boner segment where we talk about the can art. It's good can art. There's a mouth. It's very eye catching. I find that Schmoojee. I don't know. Maybe it's starting to be a word that has meaning. I think originally it didn't really have meaning. It was more of kind of a funny play on the word smoothie. But now I associate it with like these thicker milkshake, like obviously smoothie like beers. And with more flavor. Every time I've had a Schmoojee, it's been more flavorful than like just your standard like serious beer.
It's amped up.
And this one's certainly amped up. The background is a cheesecake with raspberries on top. And it looks like it's got like the raspberry kind of syrup that glazes one of the sides, but not the whole thing. And just this big lips with the teeth. I don't know, what is that, like a fruit by the foot kind of thing it's just eaten on? I don't really know. Or it's its tongue, maybe. Weird. I don't really... do you know what Patiseree is?
No, but they have a huge line. So I'm doing my Untapped update. They have 30 beers on the Patiseree line.
Wow. Okay, well, Interesting. And it says, heavily fruited smoothie sour ale. Very fine can art. It will catch your attention. It will make you at least look at the beer. And then once you look at it and you realize it's a heavily fruited smoothie sour, you're like, yeah, I got to try that. So can art's fine. Now, Imprint. I don't remember the other Imprint beer we did.
Because it was an IPA.
Okay. So it was unmemorable, probably. It was
probably
one of our reviews said that, probably.
Trip Hop.
Ooh. All right.
Trip. Let me look it up. Imprint. Trip and Dip. It was a Schmoojee sour.
Oh, okay.
It was banana pudding with tropical fruit.
Oh, I might remember that.
And then I have a bunch of shit settles, Rush on Dicks. What's your favorite trip? Trip based. That was probably our
very trip based. All right. Yeah. So the flavor on this, I think a lot of these smoothie sours that offer some sort of cream or cheesecake or milk or whatever, they're all the same. I think what differentiates them is how thick they feel, what the viscosity is, but the flavor doesn't change. So I think that's the one issue is if you have a lot of these where they offer some sort of like cream, like strawberries and cream or cheesecake sour, you're not going to find there's like a huge difference, for it in the flavor of those things.
And that's the bottom line.
That is the bottom line. Now the fruit.
I knew where you were going. That's why I was waiting.
Yeah, the fruit is where you could differentiate. So, I wish that when they named something cheesecake, they just had something that's different, but they're using the same probably like lactose process where they're throwing in the milk sugar and I think maybe vanilla and giving it that flavor. There's something else you got to do to make this more cheesecake. Cheesecake has a distinct flavor. Not sure what, because you don't want to put cheese in here. That's for sure. It would make it spoiled. But the raspberry does come through. I think it has a fruity raspberry flavor, so not like candy raspberry, which is what Matt would refer to as fake raspberry.
Yeah, fake raspberry. Get that out of here.
It actually has pretty close flavor to something that you'd taste either in a raspberry or in the raspberry syrup style stuff that you would put on the cheesecake, or a mixture of the two. Very sugary, very sweet.
It's like the grenadine version of whatever raspberry is. Grenadine is cherry. If there's a raspberry grenadine.
Yeah. Just probably smashed raspberries mixed with sugar. Well, not smashed. It would be the raspberry juice mixed with some sort of like cooked sugar, I guess.
Speaking of smashed fruit, I brought it up this weekend.
Smashed
Remember
fruit.
the newscaster that was smashing the wines and she felt,
she was doing the wine stomping thing.
My daughter was making that noise. I just smashed, and Stacy just started laughing immediately because that was like a quick, back when there was viral videos or clips before that, like the early 2000s. Kids, ask your parents. There was that lady.
Yeah, she like fell off a platform and everything. Yeah. Weird noises.
When you were saying
that probably ruined her career. Yeah, so I think this beer is executed great. It tastes wonderful. It is filling.
Yep.
It doesn't have like hardly any beer flavor at all, which is nice. So it could be dangerous. The only way you'd know it is a beer is that we've had so many of these styles that it's not like you're literally drinking like a cheesecake smoothie, which you could probably get at one of those places that have the mason jars and they put the shake in and then they put like a shitload of stuff on top of it.
Oh yeah. Fruit on the bottom.
Yeah. You could probably get a really good cheesecake flavor out of that, but this is we're gonna know it's beer because it's mostly just like the sugar and stuff. Yeah. I think I like it. I think it's not perfect, and I give it a 4.5.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And you're trying to find the noise as a sound effect. Make sure.
I was hoping you were buying.
Oh, I can go. I can keep going.
No.
You got it. Man, what did she hit?
Her face.
Her face.
That's not copyrighted, so we're not going to be made. But grape stopping lady falls. You gave the other one the banana 3.75. I gave it a 4.25. Off the top rope, I agree with everything that JT says. 1 is more than enough with this beer, but it goes down super smooth.
It does go down smooth, yeah.
But I'm not like clamoring. I bought a 4-pack of this. I'm not in my mind. I'm not like, you know what I need? I need that second one. We need to crack that second one.
Yeah.
There could be a great distance between these beers. It could be a month. It couldn't be the same day or week.
Could be a year.
It could be a year.
Probably bad by then.
Yeah, probably with all that
fresh fruit
cheesecake in it.
Cheesecake.
Off the top rope, I give this a 4.0. I want more raspberry. I want more cranberries in beer. I apparently like the banana one because I gave the predecessor to this beer the 4.25. What it just doesn't linger. It doesn't like satiate my palate. Like the immediacy is great, but it vacates the palate like really quick. Like, and you want something cheesecake luxurious, something like that you can reminisce and like sit there and make your own daytime TV commercial where you're like, oh, like, you know, Dove chocolate, like, oh, like your eyes roll in the back of your head like you're gonna tombstone somebody.
Oh yeah, Dove chocolate's great. Is Dove the same? Is that the same company that makes the soap? Are they the same?
I would sure hope not.
Oh, not too, but you never know.
Well,
Nestle makes a lot of weird shit.
Dove soap is Lever.
Oh, Lever.
I think.
Leave it to Lever.
I don't think it's a P&G product. We were a Dove house growing up. We had Dove bar soap.
I don't think we had a selection. We were just whatever.
Just
Chuggalos mom. Whatever soap's gonna on there. Suave, I think.
She won't comment. The last time we dressed up, she did comment.
Oh,
she
yeah.
goes, you guys
remember Suave soap shampoo had like 400 different scents back in the 90s?
Yes.
Yeah, it was like RC Cola or whatever. No, Diet Right. Remember Diet Right had like a shitload of flavors?
Diet Right.
That was Suave was the Diet Right shampoo. Yeah, R-I-T-E. Suave had like, it was like apple and every caramel and every other flavor.
That was that like.
But it was all shampoo. Don't eat it.
Then went to Fructis.
Oh, did they go to Fructis?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm going to tell you.
That's where I stopped.
I'm going to tell you a story about eating soap that just happened to me Sunday. Made aforementioned pizza rolls.
Yeah.
You know, you get the crusties.
Yeah.
So I'm getting up. I got up Sunday morning early and I'm doing dishes and stuff like that. And I noticed my wife had the baking tray there, and I was like, oh, sweet. And there's a couple of crusties.
Oh, yeah.
And I go and I put one in my mouth. She sprayed it with the power wash.
Oh, nice.
That stuff persists in your mouth for
does it?
A long time.
I bet it does.
It wasn't a pleasant
it's
experience.
Power washing your mouth.
Yeah. One day
there in the pores.
One day, for all the brewers out there, avoid having your beer taste like Dawn Power Wash. Mm-hmm. That stuff works great, by the way. We're a huge power wash house. So.
They're a power wash house. Yeah, good. I'm not a house of any. I don't know if my brand loyalties go as deep.
With soaps?
Soap,
I'm
Irish Spring.
So you're a bar soap?
Yeah, bar soap.
I use Duke Cannon for bar soap. So that's
Duke Cannon's fine, but
sorry, Stacey, the big 10-ounce bar.
Yeah, I use Duke Cannon for hand soap because it smells really good.
That's the liquid.
Yeah, the liquid. I have one bar of Bush Light scented soap.
Yeah,
and it's a novelty, so I just keep it. I don't use it. But yeah, no.
Yeah, what sexy beast gave that to you?
Probably you.
Yeah, buddy.
That's awesome. I'm glad I kept it. But yeah, we're Irish Spring, and
I love Irish Spring.
It's about the only brand loyalty we have.
Growing up on the farm, we had lava, right? To the pumice.
Oh, the pumice. Or oh yeah, I've seen lava. Or
but we had lava
sand shit that you can get.
Yeah,
for construction work.
Gojo, the big pump.
Mm-hmm.
That stuff works good too.
Yeah, I don't have.
It's got a little bit of grit to it.
I'm trying to think. Do I have any brand?
Hot soap talk. What about a gritty beer?
Gritty beer?
They're out there.
You
could get some like German beers that are unfiltered.
Yeah, we've had some unfiltered beers before.
Some Dunkel Black Label.
Some of the farmhouse ales.
Yeah,
pretty gritty.
Saisons, unfiltered.
So what'd you give this beer?
A 4.
Did you say that yet? Is it the first time?
Off the top rope, 4.
4.
No, this is good.
No, excellent.
Content.
I want to get back into the brand loyalty stuff. I don't have any.
You don't have any brand loyalties. Cheap, lowest cost provider.
No.
You're a Bush Light guy. You're a Bush Light guy.
Oh yeah, Bush Light. I am a Bush Light guy. Which I think that I'm winning more people over with Bush Light. I like to.
People
always say no. they don't want. They want Miller Lite mostly, but then I force them by having it be the only option, and people are like, "Whoa, this is." I don't remember it being this good.
They're not going to turn their nose up like the way
People
they would with a
don't
Bud Light. Like,
Yeah. Oh
During-
yeah, Bud
during
Light
our-
gets shit on constantly.
during our parents' generation, there were Miller Lite and there were Bud Light bars, or Budweiser and Miller bars. It's not so much now. They all cater. It's very rare that because you go to a restaurant, there's a Pepsi and a Coke. They don't have both typically. But with beer,
Machines are expensive.
yeah, with beer, there's much more of an overlap now. Where now Busch Light is becoming more prevalent in the vernacular as a third. I would say that it's usurped Coors Light. Coors Light had a resurgence after the Bud Light situation
the fiasco.
last spring.
Yeah.
Spring of 23, mole people.
Wow.
But Busch Light is a lot like Diet Mountain Dew was a decade ago. They changed the recipe. Believe me, it's not your father's.
It's better. Yeah, they changed the recipe for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm winning people. I'm brand loyal to Busch Light, but not Anheuser-Busch. Just Busch Light.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't think of any other things. Right off.
Well,
the top
maybe
of
you'll
my head.
develop.
Yeah,
This-
we'll think of some. I do like Perfect Jeans.
Perfect.
But I would say that's
I like
not a
Built.
deal breaker that
Built, BYLT.
Built.
Yeah.
Nice. Their Perfect Jeans are just like the stretchy jeans.
Yeah, that's
We've
what
talked about it before.
I'm wearing Builts right now.
Love them.
Just
Love them.
they don't grab me in the wrong areas.
I'm sure that there's something where I'm like, no, I have to have this. I just can't think of it. Can't think of it. We'll get to it.
I'm high on office chairs now. I've had you.
Oh, you're high on office chairs?
Yeah. All right. So
talk
this
about
is a Hail Mary. This is a beer from the cellar because I need to. Come on, let's be honest. I need to start drinking from the cellar. I don't know when this beer was brewed though. So this is Hoppin Frog. This is Karminator. What kind of beer is this, JT?
Carbonator?
Karminator.
Karminator.
Karma.
Nader.
Yep.
This is a.
If you get this in the first guess, I will not ask you to revolve your can on camera for everyone.
This is a Imperial Session.
It is an
Porter.
Imperial
Session Porter.
No.
No, I know it's oxymoron. It's an Imperial. I guess stout.
This is our first beer of this type on the podcast.
Oh, first beer of this type. It's probably it's an Imperial. I don't know.
I wish we had the Imperial March.
I don't
That's
know.
probably
It's it seems like it's thinner than I like. The bottle's deceiving. I think this beer is going to be not as dark. It's going to be an Imperial.
Interesting. Not
red
as
ale.
dark, folks.
Imperial Red Ale.
We've had a red ale on the podcast.
We have Red Ale, but not an Imperial.
Okay. Well, Truche. Okay.
Truche. I like that.
Truche. All right.
Yeah.
This is the Imperial Doppelbock Lager.
Wow.
Imperial
We've had Doppelbock lagers before.
No.
Not Imperials.
We've had a Doppelbock Lager?
I don't know.
I'll have to check.
I'm sure.
All right. This comes from Hoppin Frog by way of my cellar. It's a 9.3%. You can find out more information at hoppinfrog.com. We've had them before. They're out of Ohio. The big thing, I'll just read because it's valuable to read. Extremely rich and malty German style lager. So intense that it's named after its founder. The Karminator Doppelbock has a traditional double back flavor brewed with an overabundance of absolute highest quality imported Munich malt, or Munchen, as I like to say. That's how it's spelled in Germany. If you pronounce it vernacularly, to create an irresistible toasted barley flavor with hints of caramel. See, there I did it.
Well, he
so
said,
not
they
caramel.
said it's named after the founder, which is probably named Carmen.
Carmen. Yep, not karma.
Not Karma.
A lot of care, time, and know-how has gone into creating this complex, memorable, and majestic lager. A lot of that has gone into me keeping it in my cellar for however long, and then whoever I bought it from. Okay,
Carmen.
so this is where I don't want. I'm gonna crack it.
He's gonna crack it.
I don't know. It could.
It could die. It could have nothing.
Okay, that's a good sign. It's not gonna explode.
All right. And we're off.
Oof.
Oh,
There's-
yeah, that smells yeasty. I'd say
And JT
there's a
said-
fair amount of yeast in there.
JT said it's not gonna be dark.
I don't think it's as dark as I'm. It's not as dark as the bottle. Sometimes you get a stout in a bottle that color, and it's darker than the bottle. This is about the same color as the bottle. Look at that. It's like perfect. It's the same color as the
It's
bottle.
been in there so long it takes
It's
on
like
the color.
the glass maker did it intentionally.
So I did inspect this bottle to figure out when, and judging by the rest of his stock that I bought off this guy, I'm gonna guess it's 6 to 7 years old. But I looked on the bottom. I looked on the shoulder of the bottle because a lot of like reputable places like Dogfish Head, they'll put it on the shoulder.
Yeah.
But
Let's
it's
see.
not there.
Oh, it says when 9/11 happened 3 months ago. So it's old.
I was about to end this podcast and throw it. If you would have found it that quick, I just would have been like, that ruins my.
That would have been awesome. Now I want to find it.
Well, now I looked on the bottom. It's like some code or whatever. It's like what Jim Klein asked us.
It's a code. You know that the code on the production code on milk will tell you what state and farm it came from.
Yes.
Did you know that?
Yeah, I grew up on a dairy farm.
I didn't. So I just, you should have told me that. So then I could have said, yes, I knew that too. But I didn't because no one told me.
But a lot of that is deceiving because it doesn't tell you the farm specifically. It'll tell you the co-op that it came from or the production collection facility.
That's true.
Because they don't tag it by.
That is true.
But
It
I
doesn't
wanted to
say
be
anything
impressed by
about
your
the
stack.
year in
Yeah.
here. No, don't be impressed by it.
This is still, and they didn't just make this for like 3 or 4 years.
I'm kind of scared.
There's continuity in this beer, so this is a yearly production beer for them, because this originally comes in like a vertical or in a series.
So that's why you weren't able to find the year because
That's why I wasn't,
re-released.
because it's a production. Okay. It's a yearly offering because they don't have this year round.
Imperial Doppelbock. What makes a Doppelbock? Do you know?
So the malt and lagering blend. Overabundance of the highs, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense.
Do you get the the caramel and the caramel and toffee?
I get it all. I also get a little. There's a staleness, I think, about it. Not because it was stored improperly. It's just old. I think
it's old, but it's not.
Is this a cellarable style of beer?
Typically not, but Imperial.
So this could be like 14%.
This is. I don't think that this is designed to appreciate.
Yeah, not like fermentation in the bottle.
That's why. That's my. If I knew more about any of this stuff, I would make a canicellarthisbeer.com.
Oh yeah.
Because I've sent people my cellar list, and anytime they come over or whatever, like Kyle came over, I'm like, hey, pick a beer from my cellar, and of course he didn't. He's like, oh, there's so many. And it's like, fuck off. Get angry. You have one job. Pick something. Because I'm terrible at it. I just stare. I get paralysis by analysis.
Yeah.
So now I'm just gonna start pulling shit.
Yeah, just pull shit. I always do the same thing. Hey, just go to the fridge and pick something. No, what do you recommend? Right. I don't recommend shit, dude. Just pull something out of there.
Just let me know what you pull.
If you hate it, we'll fucking dump it out. I don't care.
Yeah.
I got so many beers in my fridge, I gotta get rid of them.
Right.
Just do it. Don't waste one of these cellarable beers. But I don't normally give people open access to the cellar. That's why I send them the list. I send them the spreadsheet. Oh, you send them the list. Yeah,
because it's much easier
I don't keep
to.
A list.
It's just that I had to keep organized.
I surprise myself when I visit my cellar every once in a while. Like, oh, I forgot I had this. I should drink this.
The reason I don't think that because it on the bottom it says keep refrigerated, but more and more beers are saying that. There's only so much. I have a entire fridge dedicated to just drinks. Mm-hmm. I run out of space.
Same.
Yo, yeah, you definitely. JT definitely does.
I gotta get rid of these beers. I give beers away, and people are like, "Why are you giving these away? Is there a catch?" And I'm like, "Just take them, please."
That was a problem that I ran into that I designed, where like I would just be like, "I'm just gonna pick up the tab. I'm just gonna pick up the tab," and then like, "Oh, thanks for driving and coming and seeing me and taking time out of your day. Let me send you home with beers." And it's nothing from my cellar that I could easily just give them. I'm just like, "Oh, let's." This is the first time I've gone to And JT can speak to this because he was once at a bar where I bought this beer. He was not at the bar when I bought the beer. But this was the first time I went to Barrel House and I didn't buy an Anchorage and share it with the bar.
Oh, wow.
I know, I had some discipline. So then I just bought my wife some wine instead for putting up with me. Wine time.
Oh, she was there. She was
no,
there.
No,
oh,
no.
You just brought it home.
She's like, I'm going to take the kids. You guys go.
Barrel House is great. Great time. Yeah, I don't drink wine now.
November 8th.
I wouldn't know what to buy.
You know that, right? November
8th? All right.
We're going to meet probably in August. So because their 7-year comes up the week after. And I told Matt this last weekend, I go, beer's attached to us, not to the 7-year. And he goes, of course. You know, this is growing on me.
Yeah, it's growing on me too.
It's past prime.
It's way past its prime. It's got kind of a refreshing feel.
It feels like it could be a lot bigger alcohol-wise. Where it would like satiate like a bourbon drinker or something like that, because obviously there's no carbonation to it. And you know, some of that could be in age, because I think a Doppelbock typically still has a head to it. So some of the pleasantness, we'll still rate it because I'm gonna rate it. But is it what the brewmaster? Is it what the fine people at Hoppin Frog at hoppinfrog.com?
I'm gonna go ahead.
I don't think so.
I'm gonna say this is probably not a cellarable beer.
Yep.
I think you're supposed to drink it soon after you buy it.
The interesting thing, because they're out of Akron, the one thing, if you go to their website that I'm interested in, because I'm always interested in where people do this, they have a rare beer club and a membership. So a membership gets you certain discounts or whatever at the site, but a rare beer club is very similar to what I do with the brewery, where they will send you beers.
Oh, okay.
Which is an awesome gimmick, besides the fact that you have to sign for that fucking shit when it gets to your house.
Sign for it. That son
drop it off.
Just drop it off.
I will.
I don't think I've signed for mail in years.
But have you had booze delivered?
No, I don't get anything important delivered.
Caterade does beer trades though, or she did for a while.
She used to, yeah.
Did she have to sign for it? They that's private, so they just sent it.
Yeah, they just say it's fucking.
It's hair curlers and
sanitary
sanitary napkins.
Yeah.
Are you not going to drink anymore?
I'm thinking about it.
Okay.
I might.
Now you just got to dance for the rest of the fucking pod.
Yeah. Well, I don't have to dance because I will drink more just to kind of make sure that I know what I'm talking about when I do the flavor.
You always know. You are always.
I don't know
in the know of what
you're
talking about
in real time.
I read it too. We gotta start coming up with ideas for episode 300 too.
Yeah, we do. I think we should go to somewhere. Maybe we should take a road trip to Asheville. Anyway, and we could just record live from multiple breweries, patch it together, and release it as an episode. As we go, we'll get drunker and drunker.
Like do like what we did for Ale Fest, but actually make sure the tech works.
Yeah, do what we do. We could prepare. We have weeks to prepare. Yeah, we could always take a road trip. That'd be fun. Or, go somewhere closer even. I don't care. I think on remote kind of thing would be cool. That's what I've been thinking about.
Use our share of the Bobo, pay out DBC and Cobra.
We could do that.
Out of the Bobo. Use that as our seed money for this.
That'd be good seed money.
I think we should go to Clegg. I really want.
Clegg? Okay.
That was that. Have you gone to their website after we had that?
No, I just saw it on your phone.
And we talked about it a little bit on the pod, but I like the destination. Alder Bread.
Destination with recording? Yeah, I think that'd be
Again,
fun.
both Bobos were amazing in their own right. Both of them.
They were.
I wouldn't have changed anything.
The Bobos were awesome. We should do that again. But there'd be so much catching up. It probably wouldn't be the same.
I saw DBC when I was leaving DBC. One of the four horsemen of bowling.
There were 5 horsemen, but one of them is in the upside down.
Yeah. So I was leaving Nasick last week, and I had the front corner parking spot because I get there super early, and he was. I know his big Suburban with the big dog on the side.
Dog.
So I flagged him down. I go, DBC, take my spot, and he pulled. It was awesome. That's how
a trade, dude.
Brodom
What
works.
a trade.
But that's the most we've talked in years.
Yeah. You know, it's weird because, and I think about this all the time. The majority of people our age have kids your kids' age. DBC and myself and a few other people have teenagers who are in high school.
He's the outlier because he's younger than me. He's your age.
Yeah, he's my age.
But they started young.
Yeah, so
typically.
Right.
Well, but you have he doesn't have the military background.
True. Yeah, that's true.
That's why he's the outlier.
So like my argument is like that there's not a lot of people my age that have kids that are my kids' age.
Yep.
And so while everybody that I hang out with and everyone that is my age or around my age, they have time or they have young kids who go to bed early or whatever. We're in this go phase where everything's about the kids. They're doing all these sports and they're, high school is like really intense. And we'll be visiting college campuses soon and stuff. And then all of a sudden they're both going to be out of the house and we're going to have all the time in the world. But that's when everyone who is our age is going to be entering the phase I'm in now. Mm-hmm. And so it's going to be like another 8 years before we start to see like social life again. Because we'll finish ours and then everyone will enter theirs 4 years later. And it's just like, kind of sucks. But DBC's he's in the same boat. And Cobra, his kids are the same age. So... but those are the horsemen that they're kind of off doing their own thing.
Yeah, and that's where like our peers, besides my best friend, my godson is a teenager, but all of our peers, like from back in Wisconsin, our kids are the same age. So we go back home, built-in friends.
Yeah.
But so everyone laughs at me, and everyone's like, "Oh, what time do you go to work?" 3:30. So I can have this time. When I come home, and even when I was off the last 2 weeks, it gets thrown in my face. Oh, you go to bed so early. You go to bed so early, right? So I can have that time where the podcast happens, where I could do my masters, where I could work out, where I would have that uninterrupted time. And now, as I'm going to have to start shifting to the right ever so gently, it's just going to take, getting used to breaking that mold a little bit because. My daughters, 5 and 8, are every night of the week. There's something new. Now we throw in there. I've been to the orthodontist 6 times in the last 2 weeks. Yeah. Like, just life, just life. Everything that the Chuggalos deal with. It's just you guys get to hear about it because we drink about it.
Yeah, right. So we have baseball, and school and stuff, but that'll end at some point. And then it's going to be like,
then you'll be traveling to their games.
I got so much free time.
They're going to be bi-coastal when they get picked up.
Oh, God, I hope they're not bi-coastal.
One's going to be at, like, Belmont, and one's going to be at Oregon State.
That would be insane.
That's why I'm...
I'd be happy with that. I mean, those are D1 programs, so I'd be fine with that. I don't know if they have it. And NCAA has changed significantly just in the past few years, but even so, since we were in high school, it's like... They pretty much every D1 program now picks up transfers.
Oh yeah.
Because of the transfer portal. So most baseball programs, unless you're a super elite senior in high school, you're probably going to have to wind up in D2, D3, and then transfer in.
When I drive by Wright State, every once in a while, does somebody just forget to turn the stadium lights off?
No. So we actually.
This morning when I drove by, the stadium lights were off.
They were off.
They were on.
So we did a Wright State camp. My son is
one day a month they're on.
That. And no. That's it. Yeah. You know that for sure.
Yeah. Well.
So Wright State, when you become a Wright State baseball player, you have 24/7 access to the baseball field. So you can go do hitting. You can pull the machine out. You could use, whatever you want in the field. It's yours 24/7. So likely what happens is players go there and either do workouts or drink beers with their friends.
Interesting. Okay.
Because they have maybe
it's
they all live together too.
Yeah.
So they were just like, let's go to the field and hang out.
Home run derby.
Yeah, home run
derby.
Whatever.
Like we would do when we were kids.
Exactly. They just go and use it however they want. And now it's summertime, so there's a good chance that what was happening was they were allowing travel baseball tournaments to use it for like a championship game, and someone forgot to turn the lights off.
Gotcha.
That could happen too, because they allow a lot of travel baseball teams to use their stadium.
That would seem a big expense because it's very bright.
It's super bright. I don't know why they would leave those lights on. I would guess it's probably the school doing it, like the school students or faculty leaving them on. Because if you left them on as a travel team, they'd probably never let you come back.
Right, and because the Earth is flat, they probably see that from like western Pennsylvania.
True. Yeah.
They don't. It's incredible the amount of lights.
Well, there's other college baseball stadiums between here and there that leave the lights on too.
Yeah.
Now that you know where the lights are never on is UD. I never see anyone on that field unless it's the UD team. They should really allow more people to use that field.
Interesting.
If you guys are into, college baseball, these are insights.
I'm not, there's a reason I know Belmont. I had 3 good friends that went to Belmont for ball, and then Oregon State. I just had to think of a.
College baseball is awesome. It's just awesome. I never realized how great it was. It's fun. So,
thoughts on the beer?
Yeah, I can taste all of those things you said. Well, so the can art, it's
Do you see that it's got Ohio? It's got an outshout to Ohio on it.
Yeah, it does have an outshout. That's the Ohio. That's almost like the lottery stamp. Well, I did get up and show it.
Yeah.
So I think you played the music. We could play it. Yeah, like Ohio lottery is in that red circle.
The last 6 times I've played Keno, I haven't won more than $4.
I don't gamble.
You gamble every day.
You don't win.
Drive your vehicle.
That's true.
That's a gamble.
Actually, I do think about that. The less I can drive, the more alive I feel. Yeah, it's a Hoppin Frog has frogs almost on all of their beers.
It's a gimmick.
So it's a good gimmick. They got it. It's Robot Frog this time. Karminator. It's like Terminator. Skynet. The AI program that's coming quickly. It might accidentally be invented by me. I don't know.
There are Skynets already. Like I've worked on a Skynet.
Well, there are Skynets named Skynet.
Yeah,
that's a problem. You shouldn't be naming things Skynet, and especially if you're a government entity, don't name it Skynet. I'm talking about like AI that makes decisions for itself. That's dangerous. But I don't think it's as dangerous as it's. I think we're still a ways away from it being like really dangerous. But hey, I might accidentally create Skynet. Who knows? Maybe I'll be the reason why Terminator starts. But I don't think so like in Terminator they have a war, and when they flash forward, they show it like a traditional war. Like there's like guns and bombs and stuff. Let's be honest here. We're not. Robots are going to be smart, or AI will be smart, but we could fry the shit out of them in like so fast and not hurt a single human. So that's not going to be like a war. Mm-hmm. I don't think that's the one area where Terminator 2 was incorrect. Was we're not going to like shoot robots. We'll just fucking shut them down with microwaves or something.
Yeah.
It's targeted energy. What do they call that?
Directed energy. Directed energy weapons do.
Yeah, do. That's what we'll do, and it'll be done.
I read it once in a magazine.
And then all their motherboards will be fried.
I don't do anything related to that.
No, me neither. I don't even know what a motherboard looks like. So that's that. There's a frog. It's Terminator. And that's the Can Art Boner segment. Yeah, there's nothing else to report. So, the flavor, I taste what you had described. There's some caramel in there.
Toffee.
There's some toffee for sure. There was probably carbonation in here at one point. I think it just based on the flavor that I'm tasting, it seems unlikely that it was always this smooth. It was good cold. I think, like you said, it was growing on me. Now it's warming up a little bit. I'm not as high on it. It does hide the booze. I could say that 9% is pretty strong. Hides the booze well, but overall, just not really an appealing beer. I think it has an imperial taste to it that is fine, but I don't think we're getting the best of this beer. We're not getting this beer in its heyday. We're getting it when it's kind of Joe Biden a little bit.
Wow.
No offense. I mean, that's not like a political statement. He's just his best days are behind him, I think. And that is a shame because I think this beer could be high quality. With carbonation, with some freshness. It has, I should talk about the flavors just a little bit more. It has that, it does have a darkness to it. The malts are cooked. That's where the color comes from. I think it's very yeasty, but it has the caramel, toffee style flavor profile that you described. So for that, it did a good job. I think we're catching this beer at the tail end of its life, and it but it's still in the threes. I'm gonna
recap this and give this to Steph.
Let me go with
There we go. He'll appreciate it.
I'm gonna give it a 3-0. It's not a pour. It's not a drink pour. It's just not. It's definitely not something I'm gonna clamor for.
You have to judge what's in front of you.
You gotta judge what's in front of you. 3.0.
And we've gone back and forth. So I looked up because I'm not a very and it's starting to pour. Well versed when it comes to Doppelbock. They're a moderate to moderately low carbonation, so that might not be. But there's
Are they? Oh, okay.
There's zero carbonation.
Well, that's my fault. I thought there was more carbonation.
Yeah, and
It would be good with carbonation, though.
Lightly carbonated.
It would be good.
I don't know because does that ruin the body? So then another it's very smooth without harshness. You would say that too, and medium to full body, and I would agree. So those notes are still there. We don't know how much the age has perverted the tasting notes of it.
Yeah.
The toffee and caramel come through, even if I wouldn't have read those.
Yeah, they do.
Both of those notes come through. The malt builder, whatever, that's just what carries it. It's there. It's neither here nor there. It's tough following up like a palate bomb that is
great review
like a smoothie sour is, or it's always tough following up, JT.
No.
But off the top rope, I give this a 3.5. I would buy this again just to hopefully compare it like one or the other. One that's a little bit Helen Huntish, where it's just a little bit past its prime, but it's still it's still doable.
I don't know that this
Still doable.
I mean, I agree about the Helen Hunt comment.
Yeah,
totally.
A little bit past its prime.
An attractive lady.
Yep. Do
at
better than
whatever age.
Give me another example.
But I think this beer. No. I think the example is good, profound even.
Yeah.
I think this beer is over that limit. It's beyond that limit.
It's not doable.
I think that this beer might be in Helen Hunt's Golden Girls revival age.
So you're thinking Betty White when she was
or even the
us.
other one, B. Arthur.
B. Arthur or
this is because of how tall it is. This is the B. Arthur.
Rue McClanahan.
This is
let's just name
not the
Golden
little
Girls.
lady. Not the little old lady.
She
I'm talking B. Arthur.
Yeah,
She was she had size men's 13.
Estelle Getty. So that was Estelle Getty. I can go deep on.
B. Arthur was kicking down doors in the World War II, right?
B. Arthur and Estelle Getty were separated by 6 years, but she was supposed to be her mom. Estelle Getty was a knockout in her day, but they really aged her up for that show.
I'm sure they all were knockouts in their age. Back old Hollywood, man. There's just it was there was an attractive lady factory, and they were just all similar.
Yeah.
And it was really what that factory entailed was actual humans who were just on a diet of cigarettes and water. And that's a true story for Dorothy.
I stole this from someone I can't give credit to. I don't know. Just because I don't know. No one has ever said, because girls spend a lot of time on their eyelashes, no one's ever said she's attractive, but she could use longer eyelashes.
I agree.
No one's ever fucking said that.
No one said that. There's a lot. I think there's a lot of things that women do.
Fingernails.
That are not for attractiveness.
Fingernails.
Do you think some of this stuff is status?
Social pressures.
Does a man see a woman more or less attractive?
Yep.
As a whole.
Yep. We're gonna solve it right
now. Depending on the scale at which the nails are done. No, I would say no.
No. Now, if it's Helen Hunt,
Miss Helen Hunt, and she's got some really nice nails.
Chef's kiss.
Improves it.
Yeah.
I don't know where the Helen Hunt thing came. You just really like Helen Hunt. Is she gonna be in the new Twister?
I don't, unless they're teasing it.
She's not acting anymore. Is she?
I don't know. Paul Reiser is such a lucky dog back then.
Yeah, I mean, Paul Reiser is a prime example of.
I'd be mad about you.
I forget the name. There's a name for this where it's always this just dog of a man, and he's got an attractive one. The Family Guy, The Simpsons, Mad About You, pretty much every show that's ever existed.
I went to a college that was a 5-to-1 girl-to-guy ratio. So I would see that all the time, like when I was delivering papers.
Oh yeah, you'd see some real ugly guys.
Yeah, you'd see some real fugglies,
fighters.
and then just they're dynamites.
What happens when they leave Wisconsin, Madison, or wherever that school is?
Yeah, the only school in Wisconsin that doesn't have that is Platteville, and Platteville's like 8 guys to 1 girl because it's an engineering and farming technology. It's an ag
farming technology. Yeah, that makes sense.
So that one's rough.
Yeah, I'm sure
help me out. Chuggalo Kate, who's done the calendar before, who's done reviews, she went to Platteville, and we've made the jokes at Platteville. You had your boyfriend or significant other, and then your backups.
Oh yeah,
you're like, if this doesn't work out with Bob, I'm gonna go with Tom. Yeah. If not Tom, then Steve.
Gosh, I couldn't imagine. That'd be a horrible ratio.
Right. Oh yeah, it was. I went there. I saw a concert. I saw Coolio there.
Oh, at Platteville?
Yeah, he played 2 songs
at
a bar. It's called the bar at this. Guess what? Called Roosters.
Oh no way.
Yeah, it's just all cocks.
Yeah. There's roosters here in Ohio. That's why I said no way. But now I'm
it's more
realizing it was more of a cool joke.
Yeah, that's a bar.
Platteville, Wisconsin.
Platteville. We've covered so much material.
We have covered a lot of material.
Lost with
Helen Hunt is not acting anymore. I don't believe.
I think she is.
She might be in the new Twister. There's going to be a fire tornado in it, but
unnecessary.
I'm not sure that movie's going to be any good. I think it's not going to be. I did see a preview where they were like.
She's only 61.
Oh, perfect. I saw a trailer that was like, oh, this ragtag group of storm chasers is better than the one that has all this cool fancy stuff. They always make the people with like the fancy equipment be like the evil rich people. But like, I don't know. That narrative doesn't fly with me with science. With science, which is what a lot of this tornado stuff is.
Yeah.
You want better equipment. And arguing that the ragtag group with their shitty 90s fucking technology is like gonna have better output, that's just ridiculous. That's not how you measure. Like, no one would argue that we should have measured a lot of the COVID variables with like old 90s medical material. It's
all TV shows
stupid, dude. It's fucking stupid.
TV shows.
Oh, she's on TV shows. Is she on Long Legs? I heard good things about Long Legs, but that also might be bullshit propaganda.
Yeah, it's bullshit propaganda.
You think?
She's much more of a producer and director now, but
I think that people are being paid to say they like things.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they always have been, but like people I trusted are like, I went and saw Long Legs and it's great, and it doesn't say ad. It doesn't say ad on the tweet or the Facebook. I don't go on Facebook. I literally don't trust anything I see on Facebook, news-wise. And the people who are technically celebrities on Facebook,
yeah,
I don't understand. I don't recognize a single one of them. They're all ridiculous.
And that's the thing. Like, I still post our stuff weekly to Facebook, but we have more followers on YouTube than we do. So I'm just wondering how many people.
Facebook's good for people to be notified for things.
And that's what it is. But like, we have more people that follow. I'm still trying to convert the butt chug people over because people wish me a happy birthday on your birthday.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Butt chug.
That. Well, that's because
and then I get
you
text
have
messages.
to put a birthday in.
Yeah.
And I put mine when I created the account. Yeah. So thanks for the happy birthday wishes. We don't use that account anymore.
No, but I wish I could because I already did the ask for all of my friends. I'm not going to do another ask like, oh hey, switch.
Do another ask.
We changed it, but I think we have. We get prompts or whatever, and then it always tries to tell me to like change it to a business page and.
Oh yeah, one free Schmoojee
for
for any of Matt's friends who aren't currently followers. who become followers.
Yeah, I need proof of you following.
You gotta have proof.
Sent.
Screenshot.
It'd be a much better beer.
I'm kidding. You're not gonna get a free Schmoojee, but you can come hang out with us and we'll give you free beer.
Yeah, we would definitely.
Free beer is something you get when you hang out with us.
I give everyone free beer.
I want everyone to have free beer.
Extend it to you all. Calendar build again. Start planning. It's going to be
calendar build.
I have other people that are planning on it right now. November 8th.
Episode 300. We're actually going to take our entire Twister, our Tornado tracking crew with all of our old 90s technology on the road. So that's going to be something to look forward to. I think that's what we should do for episode 300. We should chase a tornado. We could go to Oklahoma. I am actually going to Oklahoma. I have to let you know. There's going to be a Monday. I'm not available. I'll let you know which one it is.
I got a couple
coming
to
Oklahoma.
Right now, 300 is the dead center of October. So if we kick it, it could be.
Ooh.
If, there's interruptions or whatever. Because I just counted it out. So
I was like, interrupt this?
Every time I think about it, I was like, I should count out and figure out
what could interrupt this? Nothing. October is a good time.
So it's the dead center of sorry, I was counting on Wednesdays, so it'd be the 14th of October. It's Columbus Day that day, so it's a day off.
It's Columbus Day, so maybe we should go discover something.
We should go discover something.
We should go discover ourselves.
Yeah.
In the world, we should go discover America. Let's go on a global, national road trip to discover America like Christopher Columbus did.
VRBO at BCP.
We'll bring some blankets.
Bad reference for the indigenous people.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. I love when people. It's just that's comedy gold to me.
I don't know. We could talk about the Columbus days for a long time.
Yeah. The Columbus Days, like a series of them. Like you have a favorite if you would power rank your Columbus Days.
Not the holiday. I mean, like the
Columbus
days, the days that included Columbus in them, which were the 1490s mostly. I don't know how long he lived or how early he lived, but I definitely know he was alive in the 1490s. Like there's no doubt about it in my mind that he was alive then.
Well, yeah.
Exactly. I was just thinking about the Lakota. I learned recently that the Lakota tribe responded to Mount Rushmore with their own Mount Rushmore.
Yep.
And I think they just completed it like last week. Like really recently.
Interesting.
It'd been in the works for 10 or so years. Maybe more. Maybe 40 years. I don't know. But they just finished it. And it's gigantic. And it looks kind of cool, actually.
My desire, if we would do something, is to rent a cabin somewhere and just like all the Chuggalos come.
Oh, all the Chuggalos for sure. Rent a cabin.
Let us know how many people are coming. I've got a cellar I could donate. Not the entire
like
cellar,
a full
but
weekend.
we could do.
I'd do it.
Meats.
Friday to Sunday night or Friday to Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could do that for
we
sure.
Could do
meats.
Beer, obviously.
Beer. Obviously.
Camaraderie. We would do a live recording.
Many of them, probably.
Many of them.
It'd just be a series of
It'd be like 6 o'clock in the morning. JT would be sleeping. I would be sleeping with my mouth appliance, and JT would be like, "Hey, Matt, it's time to."
You have a mouth appliance?
I have a night guard.
Oh, night guard.
They tell me I grind, so
yeah,
I don't grind.
I don't have that.
I don't grind. I don't
grind.
I'm married now. I don't grind anymore.
Yeah, that's when it stops.
Yeah, that's. Oh, they got the ring. No grinding.
Yeah, no grinding.
Oh.
Yeah, I have no grinding going on, but I do play the drums with my teeth. I think I've explained that on the show before.
Yes.
Okay, good. So go back and watch that episode 105.
Yeah, episode 105. Yeah, right.
Episode 105. I use my teeth. Yeah, that's it. I think
that's gonna be the episode title. I use my teeth.
I use my. Oh, that is actually a good title. But there's been so many good titles for this one. I use my teeth. That would be a really awesome screen name, or like for Twitter or something like a Twitter handle. I use my teeth.
Watching the weather
anyway.
change because it went from sunny to like this. I was in a meeting yesterday with corporate, and tornado sirens were going off. I was like, "Do you guys
Where
have
are
to?" Syracuse.
Okay.
And I was like, "Do you have to?" And you could see the window.
I didn't know there
just
was
like,
a lot of tornadoes in Syracuse.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, they can just call them Canadian invasion. I don't know what they. But I was like, "Do you have to go?" And they're like, "Nah, it's safe."
Canadian windstorms.
Like beating on the windows and stuff like that. So we're in the basement, so that's fine. We're in this. Literally, the cellar is
We're in the basement.
Is the safest place to be.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
All those room temperature beers.
I think the safest place to be is probably my house. It's been around for over 100 years.
Oh, the boiler room? Nothing's getting down there.
Nothing's getting in the boiler room, but I'm not going down there for a tornado.
No,
because if you get stuck down there, you're gonna get asbestos breath. You know.
Bring a picnic basket.
I would just be in my normal basement. That house has withstood.
That's how you know you're rich. You
Well
have a
over
normal
100.
basement, not not the weird basement, not the boiler room, not the adjacent or the annex basement. Have I named them all? I know.
No, there's a few more that you're forgetting
about.
about. There's also the gun cellar, the wine cellar, the beer cellar. You forgot about all my cellars.
You can't cross contaminate.
I realized earlier I was telling somebody I was telling them what my calendar looked like on a Tuesday.
The weather outside.
It was full, and they were like, "Wow, did you even get lunch that day?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, one of my meetings ended early, so I ran inside and made a sandwich." And I realized that they probably have no idea what that means.
Sitting outside in your
they think I'm sitting outside
gazebo.
I'm like, dang, I don't think I can explain this without sounding like a real asshole. It's not anything special. It's just a really awesome carriage house that I put a lot of time and elbow grease and sweat into, and money as well.
That's what I'm saying. Like, even if we could spruce up a carriage house episode for like
300 has got to be better.
I know, but like a sleepover or something like that, because you have facilities out there now.
Yeah, we could. I really want to get the
pizza
something's
boxes
going on with the tub where the hot water is still both cold and hot coming in. I don't understand how to fix that.
It's a diverter.
There's some shit going on there.
A plumbing issue.
So it's warm and no one can shower out there. So I got to fix that.
Yeah. It would be one night, so we wouldn't.
Yeah, we wouldn't shower out there. I have a house too. You could shower in that if you needed to. But I think 300 is bigger than that.
300's big.
I think 300. The cabin is a killer idea, actually.
In
October
just came up now.
Bring some fishing poles. Get hammered.
Fishing poles.
You don't like fishing?
Fuck.
I got a fishing pole for my birthday this year.
Yeah, I've got some fishing poles right behind the camera.
Yeah.
Right behind that wall.
Darts.
Yep.
You fish with those.
On the other side of the darts.
Mm-hmm.
Just spitballing. It's tough because that's a big ask because we have the calendar less than a month later.
Yeah, so there's like a double spend there.
Yep.
Yeah,
Potentially.
That is a big ask.
For the hundreds of Chuggalos are going to come out.
It's growing. It's growing.
Again, I know people are going to come for the calendar build.
Here's what I think we should do. We should buy an advertisement. We should pull some. Maybe this is what we use our Bobo money for.
Yep.
We spend hundreds of dollars on Facebook advertisements and Instagram advertisements saying advent calendar, beer advent calendar build.
Yep.
And it's just like this random thing that people who don't even watch our podcast get. And they're like, what is this advent calendar thing? This is interesting. And then all of a sudden, hundreds of people are buying beer.
Right. And we sell out Barrel House. Like, they have nothing on the
there's
shelves.
nothing left. Everyone's got an advent calendar. Some people leave sad because they have nothing. And Barrel House closes because the owner's now rich.
They need to close for that reason, not because their air conditioning breaks.
Yes.
Or because
I
the
hope that they
electricity
close
was out.
because they're too wealthy.
Because we sold out of all of our product.
Yeah.
We have nothing.
That would be amazing.
Did you see that bald Milwaukee that I sent you? That picture of it looked like old Milwaukee.
Mm-mm.
I didn't send it to you.
You might have. I'll have to check, but I don't remember seeing anything.
This is last weekend.
If it was while I was
laughed.
doing something, I did laugh.
Like
if I
this.
laughed, I saw it.
That's the best thing I saw. Yeah, I sent it to
Oh,
you.
that, yeah, we talked about that. Of course. I didn't know that was old Milwaukee.
Well, it's a copy of old Milwaukee.
Oh, yeah,
it's supposed to be.
I have a bad brain.
Yeah. Great. Worst podcast partner ever. Hey, remember that time? Remember that time that you said you owed me $15?
Yeah, I tell Katie all the time, I need an assistant. Like, I don't remember anything.
Yeah, that's what a wife is called. Assistant.
She won't do it.
Okay.
She won't do it. Yeah, that was good. That was good. And I think I was at the Sounds game when you sent me that.
Yeah, so I would have been right around the same time.
Yeah.
Just because I can bring the picture up as long as I.
I've now seen two Brewer minor league games more than I've seen.
Look at Bald Milwaukee.
Look at that. Oh, you just got an alert that says, "Hey, big boy, are you ready?"
Yeah, no, that's for you.
I'm kidding.
Weirdo.
That'd be funny if at the moment you showed your phone, I sent you a text that
when
was
you
sexual.
said that would be funny, it ceases after you talked about, hey, here's a giant.
No,
meter.
that would be funny if I had thought previously to send you a text message.
I've done
when you
that
show
on
your
Zoom
phone.
meetings.
Very funny.
Like
it is very funny.
Teams. Yeah.
Well, if you're doing that, it's funny.
Yeah, like the first 15.
If someone's sharing their screen and a thing comes up and it's like
first 15 characters.
Dick's ready for you or something like that. Yeah.
I took a Zoom meeting yesterday in a tank top because I was like, I just got done working out. I've worked out every day this month besides one.
Dang. Good job.
And that one, I was like, I'll get in the meeting, and I just got out of the shower and I was wearing my Rheingeist tank top, which I wish I would have bought 5 more of. Mm-hmm. But
you can still do that. They sell them online.
Yeah, it's better when you're there.
It is better
for a Bobo.
They also have Cornhole there.
Again, that Bobo, the night that all 4 of us passed out watching John Wick 2 before 8 o'clock.
I think I might have been the drunkest person.
No one made it past 8 o'clock. I think Cobra was like, and then woke up and saw the end, and then I turned the TV off. Because I slept with Cobra, right? And you slept with DBC?
I thought I slept with Cobra.
Okay, we didn't sleep together. Then I slept with DBC.
I slept with Cobra. Butt to butt.
Oh, yeah.
Not literally touching, but
it's
facing away from
queen beds, and you could have fit a king between us.
Yeah. I mean, that was the most on the edge I've ever been on a bed.
And then I love it because we were driving home 5:30 in the morning. Yeah. Everyone's like, yeah, well, we just
That's funny because we did that to Bobo before.
Yep.
But there was one person who was like, I'm not ready yet. Yeah. Can we stop for breakfast?
We gave their own bedroom to. Like, I brought in inflatable mattress. Yeah, can we stop for breakfast? And it's
I don't even remember where I slept or what. In either, well, I remember in the second Bobo.
I remember the first one because I was in the master.
Was
and
I sharing a room?
I brought an inflatable mattress. I was in the master with somebody.
Okay, I don't remember if I had someone in the room.
Rachel Ray was the bedroom outside of the master, just to the left. Because I passed out in the armchair downstairs.
Oh, nice.
After we went to the bodega.
And you set, so I'm guessing you set your alarm.
No, I just naturally.
Oh, yeah. Even drunk. Even drunk. That's good. Yeah, the bodega, what an experience.
Yeah, that was... We bought all the snacks. We didn't coordinate this shit at all. Everyone's like, see, this is the great thing about memories. Even if we Rolex it further, we're celebrating the end of a bowling league.
Yes.
Our wives, mine's pregnant. JT's wife, Caterade, comes up and picks him up, and I'm like, I said he's being an. Mm-hmm. I say there's a fight or something like that, and you got admonished the whole way.
I believe you said he's
blew it up.
Not coming or something like that.
Yeah, I think I said you pooped in your can of Folgers at home, and she's been drinking that coffee for the last 3 days.
Yeah, that's
and there's
not
a
what
picture of Helen Hunt in there. Yeah. And she lost it.
I've been hiding all of my secret Helen Hunt stash pictures.
We didn't talk for 12 to 18 hours afterwards.
Yeah.
And some of those hours we were awake.
I don't remember what you said to her, but it was funny. Yeah, that was good. There's a lot of good old bowling moments, but the bowling moments are done.
I still have that last email. I'll bring it up. We were in first place.
We were in first place?
When COVID happened.
COVID ruined it.
We've been I defend our honor. We've been the reigning champions for over 4 years now.
Imagine if we got in there now. We'd be so terrible.
Fuck.
But also awesome. Probably way drunker than ever.
Well, at least the first.
There was a lot of conservative drinking at the end. Like we were all like, I have a lot of business to do.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to drink tonight.
We didn't though.
We thought we were important. Now we do, and we're drinking more.
I'm the least accomplished out of the 4 of us, out of the 4 mainstays. And I know like DBC leaves the building every day, like earlier than I do, to go work on stuff. Like
Oh, he's moving up.
He's
I know. Yeah, Cobra's definitely.
he's always had
moving up there.
he's always been the
Maybe I'm the
silent
least
but
accomplished.
steady big stick.
Yeah.
It's DBC. He's got the biggest stick.
Yeah. You're not the least accomplished of the. None of us are. It's the upside down one.
That I said the 4 mainstays.
Oh, the 4 mainstays.
The four
Okay.
mainstays.
Well, fair enough. I think now we're getting into territory where not everyone knows what we're talking about, so it's probably a good time to end.
Yep. And it's raining again. Baseball's going to be canceled. I think so.
Yeah, baseball's going to be canceled unless you're playing on a turf field with great drainage, which would be Action Sports. A shout out to Action Sports. Outshout, of course, to Action Sports and their drainage. Great. That nothing has ever been canceled there.
My dog is so happy when we said great drainage. Her favorite porn star, great drainage.
Great drainage. Great drainage. And yeah. I thought you were going to go to the anal sack.
Cornhole, John Beer.
Great
Like,
drainage,
we've had
anal
so
sack.
many
John Beer.
euphemisms
Black jobs.
and illusions.
What are black jobs? The president says VP is a black job, for
just,
example.
I'm just going to sidestep that.
This happened recently. He said
I know.
at the NCAA, or no, NAACP.
It's
That's a really unfortunate, similarity. At the NAACP, he said,
Can
"If
you-
the black job is
do
a
you know the
VP," I
acronym?
think
Can
that's
you do
true.
the
That's
acronym?
true. Of NAACP?
Yep.
I don't really like to say it out loud, but I know that it's not inappropriate. But it is
No.
the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People.
Okay. I
do know the acronym.
I would have guessed that
I
you
just
would've
don't
got
like
that wrong,
saying
so I
colored
apologize.
people.
Yeah.
I just don't feel like comfortable with it. I feel like that's an old term.
The beauty is that we can bring up anything, which we've done the last 15 minutes, and we're comfortable with it because we know where the other person's going, and if we don't know,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
been funny every time.
Oh, it's easy. Yeah. We
Besides
definitely
Helen
have
Hunt,
talked.
I can't believe that we're not. That's okay.
I
don't
know. I
don't want to
totally
share.
unexpected. I didn't
Not
know
sharing.
that Helen Hunt was so like Helen Hunt's probably in the back of all of our minds.
You don't have a kitchen pass.
Hidden.
That's the thing.
No, we don't do kitchen passes.
Yeah. See, I got into an argument, or not an argument.
So
a
yours is
discussion.
Helen Hunt.
No, it's Amy Smart. But,
Oh yeah, we've talked about that.
But
Let me think
I got
about
into
who
this
was mine.
conversation a couple months ago. I'll buy you some time, or a couple weeks ago, excuse me. And these kids younger than me, friends of ours, have multiple kitchen passes. No, it's not kitchen passes. It's kitchen pass.
Well, the people with multiple kitchen passes
yeah.
are probably too ugly to ever.
No,
achieve more of them.
they're all. I was the ugly one at the party. But
I think you could land Amy Smart.
have you seen her husband? Her husband
No, I
is
don't
like
know who
one
her
of those
husband
stunning
is.
flippers now. He's like 6'6" and
Okay.
chiseled.
Flippers are fucking weird, dude.
I'm 6'2" and I have a successful beer podcast.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Hey, excuse me, Amy Smart. We're not going to watch The Butterfly Effect for the 87th time because that's a downer. But I'm going to go record my beer podcast.
I guarantee you that she'd meet you and be like, "You're normal," and my husband is a weird flipper. Maybe you're her hall pass. You ever think of that?
We're going to have to put for context what a flipper means when we've been talking about
Are we talking about houses?
circling cornhole and John Beers and
Oh yeah,
bungles.
he's flipping over ladies,
I
or
don't,
is he flipping houses?
I don't know.
I don't either. Amy Smart is not on my radar at all.
This is great beer.
But it's okay. I don't know who I would never have a hall pass.
Is it
kitchen pass.
fair? Can we show the?
If it was, yeah, show it. That's pretty porous.
See, you can never catch it on camera, but it's coming down.
There it is.
There's what JT and I are going to go play on.
Yeah, we're gonna have an
Little jungle gym.
NBA Jam tournament after this in real life. At some point, one of us will set each other on fire, and we'll be on fire. But it will be the opposite of what it should be.
What?
That is, I don't think I'd have a hall pass. There's plenty of famous, inaccessible women that I find to be in the range of like unreasonably attractive, but I don't know offhand who I would choose as a hall pass.
It's a fair answer in a debate.
Yeah, that's a very
Good
political
job.
answer. I don't know. Amy Smart, not one of them. Helen Hunt, back in her heyday, if when you're younger, you don't see them as being as attractive as they really are. If you were the same age,
That would be a great. Who is JT's Hall Pass?
who is JT's?
But we have so many episode titles.
Yeah, no, that's a terrible title.
Okay.
But
It's gonna go somewhere.
yeah, well, maybe it'll be a poll. Maybe we'll do a poll.
Yep.
Open-ended, of course. You don't want to have voting.
We want to talk about where you want to take your poll and what.
Who's my
open-end
hall
you wanna
pass?
stick
Put it
in.
in the comments section.
Yep.
And
God, please,
we'll
Chuggalos.
agree.
Please, Chuggalos.
Not Chuggalos.
Yes. If she makes it, please.
She'll-
You
I know
have
what
to
she'll
put.
say.
Who do you want your daughter-in-law to be? Yeah, please. If she makes it to this point.
She's gonna say Katie, obviously.
No, famous person.
My mom is not that. She's not that rude. She's
Salacious.
gonna say Katie.
Be salacious.
Be salacious. I guarantee I already know who she's gonna say. We'll say it off so that I can
say,
be right.
We'll say it off screen.
It won't be tainted.
I will bequeath her the USA Today #1 regional restaurant gift coupon, Skyline Chili. It just came out today.
That is the last regional restaurant. Last ranked.
#1 according
Bottom
to USA
ranked.
Today.
USA Today ranked it number 50 out of 50.
No, it just came out today.
Number one?
Number one.
Up higher than an Italian beef sandwich, higher than New York pizza, higher than Philly cheesesteaks.
No. Restaurant.
All those foods come in restaurants.
Sorry, Skyline Chili. Skyline, the restaurant.
Yeah, Skyline is the #1 regional restaurant in America.
Yeah. Did I misspeak? No, the way you came. Number 2 is like Biscuitville.
So like Portillo's, Giordano's.
Wasn't on it.
Any of the New York restaurants.
In-N-Out. 9 was Whataburger.
In-N-Out is not even a regional restaurant. They're like across the entire west and like
it's a region.
Desert West.
We call it Southwest.
Southwest.
It's a region geography.
It's a region, but it's not like associated with one place. In-N-Out is way better than Skyline.
Yeah, just saying. Yeah, Helen.
Who is it, Skyline?
Helen? Yeah, no. It's ending soon. I'm sorry, I don't.
Yeah. It's Skyline. They said diarrhea's calling. You're gonna get it.
I don't like Skyline either. Skyline's
It's coming for you.
God, that's the worst thing about Ohio. Well, Ohio State's the worst thing about Ohio. Number 2 is Skyline.
I will say, as my kids get closer to college, I'm disagreeing more about the Ohio State being the worst. It is the worst thing for. In the fandom zone, it is the worst. I can't.
Do your kids have a chance of going to Ohio State?
Yes, their grades are good enough.
Okay,
but baseball-wise, probably not.
Have you seen the thugs on that team? They don't have no.
Not the team. The team have waivers.
I will say this: if any of JT's offspring go to Ohio State, that's the end of this. We'll do splinters. We'll do because my girls will not go to Ohio State no matter what. Period. Dot. I would send them to ITT Technical College or Sally Struthers.
Ohio State is a good. So let me guess.
Nope.
You don't like JD Vance because he went to Ohio State and Yale.
It's not.
Not that you would like him. I'm not. It's just.
There's graduates are nothing. They tried.
Graduates are nothing.
They tried to trademark because professional athletes don't graduate from there.
That's true.
They tried to trademark the word "the."
Mm-hmm. Smart.
Get the fuck smart. Get out of here.
I disagree with the whole. My biggest problem with Ohio State are the people who never went there, who love it. I don't get it. Like, college fandom, I think would be more interesting if it was confined. And there's no way to do that. It's fair that people who didn't go to Ohio State like Ohio State. It's not unreasonable. I just feel like that's what professional sports are for. College sports, there's some element of pride that you went there, and you can also argue other points, like our football team's great. Well, fine, but when you went there, you're like, yeah, our engineering school is fucking awesome, and our football team's great. But Michigan has them all beat academically.
Just because it means a lot that you're still listening at this point. And
we're way in. We're way in. This is the dark web.
If you listen to this and you email one of us, and you'll know how, or get a hold of one of us, a bottle of Anchorage.
Whoa.
To you.
To you.
But anyways, continue because I want it mishmashed in there.
I'll just make this my last point about college football.
287.
There was a reworking of who the Ivy League would be today.
Yeah.
It was interesting, and they included Stanford, Vanderbilt, Michigan, and a few of the already Ivy Leagues. But the Ivy League started as a football division.
It did.
It was not for, like, we think Ivy League, when we say Ivy League, we're talking about schools, the academics of a elite school.
Yeah.
Really, it was the Ivy Leagues were the elite schools with football programs. Yeah, so it was cool. It was a cool article. I'll try to find it. But I don't know if you have any thoughts on that. Who would be in the current Ivy Leagues? Probably those schools that I mentioned.
I have thoughts on graduation rates because Gary Anderson left Wisconsin because our graduation rates were too astringent and he couldn't recruit the individuals he wanted.
Oh, yeah.
So because we adhere to a graduation rate before we do to scholarship or
I like that. I like that. That's a good policy.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the Shane Gillis joke about Alabama?
No.
It's very funny. You should see it. I won't even spoil it, but it has to do with segregation, and it's hilarious. And that's it. That's 287. I think we've
And that's the bottom line.
all of the issues.
Nailed them.
All of them. And that's it. 287.
I just had to remember. No, I have to remember something. That's not the episode title. The episode title is going to be glorious, but I got to incorporate the other thing.
That's it. Thank you for watching. 287. Bye.